I'd like to formally welcome you all to Chippenham Town Council's Amenities, Culture and Leisure Committee meeting. Please may I remind everyone that this public meeting is being streamed to YouTube and is available there in the public domain for a period of 6 months. Can I remind all councillors to use their microphones when speaking and to raise their hand clearly and keep it raised when voting. Please ensure you're respectful of others in attendance at this meeting. We have received no public questions in advance of the meeting. Please can officers confirm if there are any other members of the public present who've indicated they wish to speak?
Not this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will start the meeting now. Item number on the agenda, apologies for absence. Can officers please confirm if they received any apologies for absence?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Bettina Nonhoff, due to being away on holiday. Councillor Desna Allen, due to ill health. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And do we, can officers confirm there's received any substitutions?
We have. Councillor Claire Robinson is substituting for Councillor Bettina Nonhoff. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. All members of the Town Council are reminded to declare any pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest they may have in any business of the Council, its committees or subcommittees, in accordance with the latest approved Code of Conduct. Members are reminded to declare any dispensation granted in relation to any relevant matters. Are there any declarations of interest? No, not seen. Moving on to item 4 on the agenda, pages 5 to 8 in your pack. This is to approve as a correct record and to sign the draft minutes for the meeting held on Wednesday, the 4th of March 2026. I require a proposer and a seconder. A proposer, I see, Councillor Finlay. Seconder, Councillor McIntosh. Can we have a vote in favour that they are true and correct record? Yeah. Can we see against? Any abstentions? Thank you. On the yes, right. So that's okay. Go ahead. Yeah, right. Moving on now to item 5 of the agenda, the election of chair, to elect a chair for the Amenities, Culture and Leisure Committee for the municipal year 26-27. Could I please ask for any nominations for chair? Councillor Finlay.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. I would like to nominate Councillor Beardsley.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? I see Councillor McIntosh. Yep. Okay. Do we have any other nominations for position of chair? Hushed silence. In that case, then, I move to can we have a raised show of hands for those in favour? Congratulations, Councillor. You're now chair of this committee.
Well, thank you very much all. Thank you for your vote of confidence in me as chair for this municipal year. Since we had no other nominations, you were spared the short 1-minute poem I'd written, hoping to garner your support. I'll leave it up to your imaginations what I'd written. So, moving swiftly on then to agenda item 6, which is the election of the vice chair. Could I please ask for any nominations for vice chair this year? Councillor McDermott?
Can I nominate Councillor Fiona McIntosh for vice chair, please?
I think I saw Councillor Murray first as seconder. Do I have any other nominations? No? Okay. Well, if we could all show with our hands whether we're all in favour of Councillor McIntosh for vice chair. You might as well. It'd be strange not to. Splendid. Well, that looks like it's unanimous. So congratulations, Councillor McIntosh. So agenda item 7 then, which is chair's announcements. I have 2 announcements tonight I've just discovered. The first of which is that on the 21st of July, the Town Council submitted a planning application for public realm improvements, including curved planter, bench seating, repaving, cycle stands, lighting, soft landscaping and bin storage on the land adjacent to the Yield Hall. This follows an agreement from the Amenities, Culture and Leisure Committee on October 2025 for RTL 31 to design a scheme for the area, taking advantage of Wiltshire Town's programme funding for 2025 and 2026. And my second scrawled item in pen here, so it must have been a sudden announcement, is that due to building works, the next meeting of this committee will take place at the Wiltshire Council offices in Monkton Park. So don't forget to go there. Now moving on to agenda item 8, which is the dog policy review. And we are to receive and consider a report from the Head of Environmental Services regarding the dog policy review, of which you've all had a copy. So I'll hand over to Will, who will present the report.
Thank you, Chair. This will be a very brief report. This is for councillors to review and approve the Chippenham Town Council dog policy. The review officers have reviewed the current policy and are of the opinion that no further additions or any changes are necessary at this time. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Will. Does anyone have any bones to pick with the dog policy? Councillor McIntosh?
No, I don't have any bones to pick, honestly. I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Do many people abuse the sort of lead on, lead off in John Coles Park?
Meeting ends at 9, so how long have you got? Yes, they do. More so in the winter, but it's happening now in the summer holidays. First day with the kids out of school today. A little bit cooler because it's a little bit, it's not so hot. But yes, dogs run down in the bottom end, not on leads all the time.
Thank you. Councillor Owen?
Thank you, Chair. Not so much a question as a comment. The social media posts were very positive about the new dog zone, so I thought I would just note that. But so thank you for the team who installed it all.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that's an excellent addition to John Coles Park. Any other comments or questions for Will? No, I don't see any. Oh, I think we'd all be barking mad not to approve the policy once again. So with a show of hands, all those who are in favour of approving the policy. Thank you, that's unanimous. So moving on to agenda item 9, which is the Charter Markets Working Party update. And we are to consider a report from the Deputy Chief Executive on the Charter Markets Working Party update. So we'll hand over to Matt.
Thank you, Chair. So this report is to update the committee on the outcome of the Charter Markets Working Party, present an action plan for approval. So the Working Party convened originally in 2025 in September with the objective to improve occupancy levels and overall sustainability, vibrancy and vitality of the charter market. Following initial workshop, councillors met in November 25 to develop a public and trader questionnaire to obtain primary data to help inform an action plan to help develop the charter market. The survey obtained a good response rate, numbering 305 responses, and councillors met in February to review the data and again in April 26 to formulate an action plan. Councillors will note the action plan is appended as Appendix A, and it's proposed that officers will carry out these works by the 1st of September this year. It's proposed that a report is brought back to this committee in September 2027 to present an overall analysis of stall occupancy rates using KPI data, changes in stall use composition, uptake of the proposed fee promotion initiatives, and any other relevant metrics. Just to note, in terms of staffing capacity, the implementation of the action plan will increase resource demand upon the communications and marketing team, but it's felt that the work can be absorbed within the current work plan. In terms of financial implications, the offering of free market stalls is likely to have a temporary impact on revenue income, but the promotion is designed to increase the overall uptake of pitches, which should ultimately increase income over time. The purchasing of any marketing design and associated materials can be absorbed within the council's existing marketing budget. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Matt. Do we have any comments or questions? No, I don't see any hands. So just to reiterate then, the recommendations are that it's recommended that the committee approve the proposed Charter Market Action Plan. So could I see all those in favour, please raise your hands. And that's once again unanimous. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Michael. So agenda item 10 now, which is the tree planting policy and strategy review. And we are to receive and consider a report from the arboricultural officer regarding our tree planting policy and strategy review. So I will
Thank you,
hand over
Chair.
to Terry.
This report is to present to councillors with an updated of the Chippenham Town Council tree planting policy. The essential changes, the main changes are Monkton Park. Many of the works contained within the previous policy version had been completed. So are not mentioned in the latest review. Additional text is included to reference the upcoming Chippenham Avon River project and the temporary pause on the tree planting in Monkton Park. Stanley Park, the text has been revised as a result of the new Stanley Park management plan. The tiny forest, that was removed because the tiny forest has been completed and requires no further management. And we've removed the fixed tree replacement policy. The review has considered the practical availability of suitable land for tree planting, and as a result has removed the fixed number tree planting replacement policy, as it is felt to be impractical and undeliverable. The council will, however, continue to replace trees felled on council land. And those are the changes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Terry. Do I have any comments or questions from councillors? Councillor Murray?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Terry. We did agree, I think it was at full council, that we wouldn't pause the Monkton Park management plan. We decided it should continue, and we took out all wording to that effect. And if we needed to make adaptations in the future iteration that the Environment Agency comes up with, we'd do it at the time. So I think that's incorrect, that part of the report.
So are you recommending that's perhaps removed?
It seems to be just a simple correction, doesn't it? Because it's already admitted that we agreed that previously. So.
Okay.
That was the Monkton Park management plan, and I have made a note, slightly different but the same to Terry's report, but it is noted that we're not pausing.
Thank you. Councillor McIntosh.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for agreeing to just inform councillors when you're actually just doing your ordinary day-to-day work with felling trees in parks and things like that, just so that we are informed beforehand, just so that we're fully armed when residents are alarmed at seeing a tree sort of being cut down, and so that we can just immediately sort of just know this is actually doing for management and the health of the trees. But so thank you very much for agreeing for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So any other comments on the text or any of the inclusions? No? Okay, well, I do have a small section I actually wanted to bring to note, which was section 4.33 in John Coles Park, the section on non-native trees. So I just wanted to bring to attention the note that is, although planting of native trees currently has benefits, there are also benefits to planting non-native trees, which I think is a sensible inclusion in the documents. I've mentioned this before, but we have a number of giant redwood trees in Chippenham, which, for those who don't know, is the largest tree on earth. There are 3 that I know of, 2 in London Road Cemetery, and 1 in St Andrews, a great example of non-native tree that's thriving in the town. For those who don't know, the trees were first introduced in the 1860s, brought over by the Victorians. As we know from like John Coles Park, there are many non-native trees. But I think they are a significant example of one because they are, when fully mature, the largest in the world, and they can live for over 3,000 years. They're also incredibly well suited to our climate here in the UK. And an interesting fact that I discovered whilst looking into this is that there are now an estimated 500,000 of these trees in the UK. But in their native California, there are only 80,000 left due to logging of the trees and more recently large wildfires that have occurred. So in many ways, I think the UK has become a sanctuary for non-native trees, and having this included in the document means that Chippenham can too be a sanctuary for trees such as the giant redwood. So I just wanted to bring that to people's attention. And also on the subject, just as a reminder for everybody, we're currently hosting a Chippenham's Favourite Tree competition. I can't quite remember the deadline. Perhaps officers know off the top of their head. when the deadline is for submissions, but it's in the next couple of weeks. So if you have a favourite tree in the town, Will?
I know judging is in August the 12th, so
Okay.
it will be soon.
Yeah. So if you do have a favourite tree in the town, might be worth just promoting it. It's another way that we can mention the wonderful range of both native and non-native species that we have within Chippenham. So if there are no further comments or questions, I'll move on to the recommendations, which are it's recommended that councillors approve the updated tree planting policy strategy. So with all those in favour, please raise your hands. Thank you. And that's once again unanimous. So agenda item 11 now, which is the tree management policy review. And we are to receive and consider a report from the arboricultural officer once again. So I will hand back over to Terry for his report.
Far fewer changes to this one. The review concluded that the policy remains fit for purpose. There was one very minor addition, and it was grammar. We added the words "on the balance of probabilities" within the section relating to subsidence. And that's the only change in the policy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Terry. Any comments or questions on this one? No, I did come across one thing actually, Terry, which I just thought I would ask about what was on the report, which was section 6.16, the section on fruits, berries and nuts. And there's a paragraph that states, where fallen fruit is leading to significant antisocial behaviour problems, we will consider measures to reduce the problem, including whether phase removal or replacement with alternative species is reasonable, which I must say I thought was a little bit amusing. But I did just wonder whether there have been any instances in the town's history that we know of where we've had to remove the fruit tree because of antisocial behaviour.
I've never moved. I've certainly not removed one while I've been here. I have previously removed one. I have previously removed a row of crab apples in Bath because the housing association thought it appropriate. I couldn't argue against it, and you know, they pay the bills, so we removed them. But that is the only example. They can, in the hands of the wrong people, fruit can be a handy missile, but in generally people are pretty good. So yeah, while I've been here so far so good. So no plans.
Well, I'm pleased to hear there's no precedent in Chippenham of that just yet then. Hopefully people can behave around fruit trees responsibly within the town. So any other comments or questions? No. With that, then I'll move on to the recommendations, which are for councillors. It's recommended for councillors to approve the updated tree management policy for 2026 to 2031. Can I have all those in favour? Please raise your hands. Thank you. That's once again unanimous. Now moving on to agenda item 12, which is the CCTV annual report. And we are to receive and consider a report from the CCTV supervisor regarding a CCTV annual report. So I will hand over to Dominic.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you. The current CCTV Code of Practice was adopted back in 2018, and this report is to provide members with an overview of the changes to version 4 of the Code of Practice. We have made some amendments to provide clearer language and distinction between individuals requesting footage of themselves via subject access requests and requests by insurance companies and legal representations for CCTV to support civil cases. This will also introduce the ability for us to charge a fee to those requests from legal representatives and insurance companies. That will bring us in line with nearly every other council in the country and all the other organisations that do this. And you have on your report also Appendix C, which is a kind of brief overview in numbers as an annual report for the way the CCTV is operating in the town. It's our recommendation that this committee adopts the refreshed CCTV Code of Practice and allows us to introduce these charges and allow the Chief Exec to make minor changes moving forward if possible, please.
Thank you very much, Dominic. Do I have any comments or questions from councillors? Councillor Bragg.
Just I had the privilege of attending the CCTV command room recently as part of the Purple Flag team coming to assess us. I must say it was great to see the volunteers in there, the technology we have. But the thing that impressed me most was the balance we strike between privacy and protection. So I think the people of Chippenham should be happy that they're secure, but also their data is very private. So it's a really good balance, and I think this policy really reflects that. So I commend this.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very much echo those comments, and thanks to the volunteers who give up their time to help keep the town safe. Any other comments or questions from councillors? No, well, I'd just like to say quickly, I really liked having the infographic in there. I thought that was quite a helpful way to show just how much is going on with the CCTV.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, Councillor Murray.
Thank you. Yeah, I have looked at the report and I can see where you've said where the changes are and everything, but could you just give us a kind of overview of the key changes to that? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, Councillor. So yeah, the key changes are, as I mentioned, which is the ability for us to charge and to make a really clear distinction for people reading the report and for members of the public about whether they're requesting footage of themselves, subject access request, a right to access, or whether it's another organisation requesting footage of, say, a car accident or something like that, where you wouldn't, it's not the same. One we can charge for, one we absolutely can under the Data Protection Act. And yeah, that's the kind of changes. Yeah, that's it. So they're the only changes to the report. Everything else will remain as it was.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, if there are no other comments, I will move on to the recommendations. And the recommendation is that councillors adopt the refreshed CCTV Code of Practice and authorise the Chief Executive to make minor changes moving forwards. Could I have all those in favour with a show of hands? Thank you. That's once again unanimous. So the next item is to note only. Item 13, Chippenham Town Council's Public Community Events Annual Update. And we are to receive a report from the Head of Community Development regarding Chippenham Town Council's public community events, of which you've all had a copy attached. So I'll hand over to Dan.
Chair. So the purpose of the report is to give you an update on past, present and future town councils' public community events. So in essence, outlined are the events from about 2021 to 2025, which you probably would just receive as a reminder. Also the events for 26. This year we had an Easter egg trail, which was in the town centre, which we hadn't really tried properly before. This weekend we have the big Battle of Chippenham with the English Civil War Society, which is our main summer event for this year. Towards the end of the year, we will have the Christmas light switch on. And also we will, it's not in the report because I've only just booked it, but the pumpkin patch will be back in October for the children to receive their free pumpkins. The main summer event always has a different theme and different topic. So next year it will be a party in the park, which will be based at Island Park on the 26th of June. And this is building upon the 2024 party in the park, which was popular and well attended. We do sometimes have some budget to put on some extra entertainment in the pop-up park, and possibly we'll be looking at trying to get some entertainment on market days. But as I say, that is really whether we've got some money left over from the bigger events. So this information is just to note. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daryl. A plethora of events there over the past 5 years. Has anybody got any comments or questions for Daryl? Obviously, just to note the report. No, I don't see any hands. Oh, Councillor McIntosh.
Sorry, I was just going to ask you. I didn't participate, but I was very aware of your Easter Bunny trail. Was it very well? What's the word? Loads of participants.
It's difficult to, we've got no comparison, we've got no benchmark, we haven't done it before, but there were 600 eggs given out. So I'd imagine, well, that's quite a lot, really. And, with the pumpkin patch, we have 400 pumpkins and they normally, it's not the same sort of event, but they go within an hour and a half. But obviously this was spread out over about a week of the Easter school holidays. And, it gave families a ability to run around the town looking at different things and taking part in the competition. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I saw a lot of families running around. I just wanted to know whether we had, how many families were running around. Thank you.
Councillor Bragg.
I just wonder, 26th of June next year, what was the rationale behind that date? Because that might be quite close on the heels of Carnival.
Trying to avoid other town events essentially, and what was available for booking Island Park.
I just know because the one we were coming up is in July, which is the one this Saturday, and the Carnival was the week after the 26th of June.
Yeah, it does vary. Last year, the summer event was in August. So it depends what sort of event it is, really.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other comments from anybody? No. Well, thank you very much for the report, Darryl, and I'm sure everybody's looking forward to the English Civil War reenactment this weekend. Could be a good show again. So thank you all for noting the report. Oh, sorry, Councillor
I just
McIntyre.
wanted to follow on from what Councillor Bragg was saying, is that I do know that this is just a thought, because we do have the folk festival at at the end of May, and then 2 weeks later we have Pride, and then 2 weeks later we have party in the park. So I'm just questioning about the fact that we have this very 3 main events all right on top of each other, and I also know there's the Carnival wants to come back for next year as well. So anyway, I just thought I'd just make that as a comment, just as a thought. I mean, but you've booked it, haven't you? Yeah. So.
Well, going to be plenty of events on for everybody in next year. So if there are no other comments, Councillor Finlay.
I just wanted to say thank you, Darryl, for the work you do.
Thank you. I'm sure we all echo that sentiment. So then I will move on to item number 14, which is items for communication. And we are to consider any items for communication from this meeting to the public. Do we have any items that councillors would like to communicate? No, nothing? Okay. In that case then, I will ask whether we have any items we would like to refer to the Youth Council for their opinion and response. No, nothing jumping out at anybody tonight. Okay, well, in that case then, I will move on to agenda item 15, which is the date of the next meeting. The next meeting of the Amenities, Culture and Leisure Committee will take place on Wednesday, 2nd of July, 2026. And now I will move on to agenda item 16. Pardon me. Terribly sorry, everybody. The next meeting will actually be on the 2nd of September, 2026. Apologies. And with that then, so I'll move on to agenda item 16, which is exclusion of the public and press. And we are to pass, if considered necessary, the following resolution: that the press and public are excluded due to the confidential nature of the business under the Public Bodies Admissions to Meetings Act 1960, Section 1, Subsection 2. In accordance with Standing Order 14.3, the items to be discussed are considered confidential because they involve commercially sensitive information, including tender details and contractual negotiations.